Stitching straight lines and corners on paper. The kind of stitch that you will probably notice first in a shirt will be stitches that go in a straight line. If you further examine a shirt, you will find that the straight line stitches often ends in a corner. You should be very careful to stitch at the corners, or else it would ruin the beauty of the dress. The skill of properly sewing at corners can be acquired through the practice of stitching corners that come at the end of straight lines. In this lesson, we will learn how you can use an A4 sheet paper and practice straight stitching through straight lines and corners. Objective: at the end of the lesson, you will be able to perform a proper straight stitch through straight lines and corners drawn on an A4 sheet using a sewing machine. Let us first familiarize with the tools and materials that you would need to practice stitching straight lines and corners drawn on a piece of paper. For this purpose, you would need a pencil, a straight scale, and a sheet of A4 paper. Let us now watch how to properly stitch straight through straight lines and corners drawn on an A4 sheet paper. Step 1. Place the sheet of paper with straight lines and corners under the presser foot. Do not thread the needle while stitching on paper. Place the paper that has straight lines and corners under the presser foot, keeping excess paper on the left side. Step 2. Start stitching through the line on the paper. Keep the marked line on paper under the needle point. Press down the presser foot lifter of sewing machine by right hand and fix the paper under the presser foot. Start moving the treadle and at the same time push the flywheel of the machine towards yourself by right hand. Step 3. Move the treadle consistently and control the paper with both hands. Continue the movement of the treadle with your feet. While stitching, control the paper with both hands. With the movement of machine, the feed dog will automatically transport the paper, but you have to pay attention on the needle and presser foot to maintain the correct line of the stitches. Step 4. Stop sewing as you reach the corner and then turn the paper to get another straight line. Just before you reach the corner of the drawn line, you will have to slow down the speed of the treadle, control its pace, and bring the flywheel to stop so that the needle will stop exactly at the corner of the line. Using both hands, turn the paper so that the new line is straight in front of you. Step 5. Repeat the exercise after you finish a straight line. Now that you are at the second straight line, do exactly the same as you had done for the first line. Once you have completed all 4 lines of the square, you can go into the other squares one after the other till the exercise is complete. Let's now review the main steps. Step 1. Place the sheet of paper with straight lines and corners under the presser foot. Step 2. Start stitching through the line on the paper. Step 3. Move the trowel consistently and control the paper with both hands. Step 4. Stop sewing as you reach the corner and then turn the paper to get another straight line. Step 5. Repeat the exercise after you finish a straight line. You can now practice stitching straight lines and corners on a piece of A4 paper. Take our next class to learn stitching curved lines on a piece of paper.